When was a time you got rejected by your girlfriend's parents then proved them wrong? 2 days before senior prom, my girlfriend Julie's father shattered my world. Over lunch at an upscale restaurant I could never afford, he stared me down and said, "You're not good enough for my daughter." He wasn't asking, he was telling. His cold certainty hit me like a punch. Julie and I had been inseparable since freshman year, despite our vastly different worlds. I grew up in a trailer park with abusive parents who barely cared if I went to school. Julie lived in a gated mansion, surrounded by wealth and privilege. Her father was a successful chemist, her mother a respected teacher. Their lives were polished, mine was rough around the edges. But we clicked, no arguments, just plans for the future. Julie introduced me to her glittering world, family trips to Europe, fancy parties, and endless opportunities. I never invited her to my side, ashamed of the chaos in my life. I thought our love was enough to bridge the gap. Her father thought otherwise. Over that lunch, he made it clear I wasn't the kind of man who could offer Julie the life she deserved. I tried to argue, but he cut me off, shook my hand, and left me sitting alone, stunned. When I called Julie, she didn't answer. By prom night, I was still hoping for a miracle, but without a ticket or her support, I wasn't even allowed inside. Heartbroken, I decided to prove them all wrong. With no help, I worked minimum wage jobs, put myself through community college, and eventually landed a job in tech. Years of sleepless nights and relentless determination turned into a successful startup, then another. By my 30s, I was wealthier than Julie's parents ever imagined. Fast forward to our 10-year reunion, and fate brought us face to face. Julie's life hadn't turned out as planned. After multiple failed marriages and financial struggles, she was living with her parents and working as a low-level secretary. Her teenage son was graduating from the same public school we'd attended. Meanwhile, my daughter, also graduating, was near the top of her class. In the parking lot, Julie and I exchanged stiff pleasantries. She admitted to making poor choices and losing the privilege her family once provided. I felt no anger, only closure. Her father's cruel words had planted the seed of my success, and seeing Julie now only solidified my gratitude for the life I'd built. I started in the trenches, but I climbed out on my own. Look where I am now.